Hi guys, I'm back from the Cabin Fever Expo that was held in Pennsylvania this weekend. It's Sunday night. I'm back now, drove most of the day, unpacked, got settled, all that stuff. So I want to show you guys today the kind of stuff I acquired during the weekend. Nothing big, but a couple of small things. Some things from the auction and some things that I purchased from vendors. I do want to show off this though, empty space, because I actually got rid of my mini lathe while I was there. So I sold that. I had started out when we lived in a condo with a mini lathe from Harbor Freight, you know, blew it all apart and cleaned it up and cleaned all the paint off of where it shouldn't have been and all the cosmoline and everything, and made some new gibs and some other things for it, tightened it up, and I used it for a while. And I used it with this, which is a Sherline CNC retrofit mill, which I haven't used in about 2 years because we did the move and then I got the Bridgeport, the ProtoTrack Bridgeport. But I got re-inspired actually while I was down there at the show. I met the guys from Mach 3 software and I talked to them about, you know, the issues I had trying to run this a couple of years ago, and they gave me a lot of good information, tips and tricks, and some ideas of where I could go. So I think I'm going to start over. I'm going to get this thing set up. I'm going to get the software set up. I'm just going to start from scratch. I started from the file, the setup file, from the guy I bought it from. And I think that's what was all screwed up. You know, I was trying to make his setup file work that had, you know, the step count and the acceleration, deceleration curves and ramp times. And the machine never seemed to perform right. And the Mach 3 guy said, you know, they've done hundreds of these type exactly with the same steppers I have on here and the same motor controllers that I'm using, or motor controller that I'm using. And he said I should just start over, just start with a brand new install, start from scratch. It's not that hard. So I'm going to do that. I got inspired to do that. But I got some empty space, which also means I made some money. I sold some other things too. Sold a Bridgeport vise I had sitting around, some instruments, some measuring instruments, and some other things. So I actually made quite a bit of money, and I didn't spend as much as I made, so that was pretty good. So I'll turn the camera around and show you guys what I got. Well, here's the first thing. I actually didn't get this at the show, but I got it about a week ago off of Craigslist. It was a Craigslist find. It's a Kennedy box, model 295. Doesn't have the ball bearing slides, just got the regular slides. But it was only $100. It's in great condition. It's not beat up or anything. The guy has a plywood top he put on here. So the top of the box is brand new essentially, except for that sticky tape on there. So I didn't get a chance to show you guys this because I haven't done any videos since then. But I want to show it to you guys. It's really nice, perfect condition, and we'll do the acquisition review on it. All right. All right. We'll start off with some purchases. So these weren't from the auction; they were from some of the vendors there. So first of all, from this one guy, I had these cool drill stands. I think you guys can see that. So this one is marked Whitman and Barnes, Detroit, Michigan. It's the number 8, and this is all number drills. So it starts at number 1 up here and goes to 30 there. It skips a couple. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It's actually evens on here and odds on here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. Back and forth. And then all the way up to a 60. So it's a 1 through 60 stand. So this is cool. You put all your drills in here, and you know, it's cast. It's pretty cool. I liked it. I like the look of it. And then he also had this other one. It's Ajax, made in USA. And this is the same idea, only it's a fractional one. It's got this pin in there that opens up, kind of like that. And you got the stand, and it's got let's see, 1/16 up through 1/2 inch. And I kind of liked how it folded. It's cast and machine too. It's really nice. Kind of this knurled type pattern on the front with the feet and everything. So I thought that was cool. I think I gave him $40 for both of them together as a pair. I forget what he wanted this one for. I know he had this one marked at $35. So I think I gave him $40 for the two. It's a couple of days ago now. I'm not sure I remember. Another person had just some number 2 Phillips bits, you know, hex drive. And I think they're about 12 inches long. Those are just nice to have. It's like 2 for $1 or something. And this other guy had all kinds of stuff. A lot of like Chinese kind of crappy tools and stuff, but some good stuff. He had a bunch of Weeha branded stuff. And he had a couple of these really nice, I think they're Swiss made tweezers. Pretty nice. Really fine. Really nice action. So I got a couple of different sizes of those. I think those were 3 for $20. Those were really expensive, but man, they feel great. And they're sharp and nice, and they close to a nice point. And then he also had a Weeha wire stripper, and I've never seen this kind before. I'm sure they exist, maybe I just never seen it. But it's got some pretty funky jaws on the front. There you go, you can see them. And you can adjust how far open or not the jaws are. And this really nice molded handle. It's their industrial line. But I just like the way they feel. I'll try them out on something when I'm doing a bunch of repetitive wires. You know, all like, whatever, 12 gauge or something. I'll see how they go. So it's, let's see, item number 30947. Strips from 4 to 28 gauge. I liked them. They feel good. They feel really good. So he had $22 on that. I think I gave him 15. So I think I did 35 for the tweezers in this. That was him. B&B Hobby Supplies out of Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. So anyway, we'll see if we can use those at some point. Show you guys how they go. I just like the feel of them. So those were all kind of vendor purchases, not really from the auctions or anything. And move these out. And then these. Uh-oh, red box. Were also vendor purchases. So I actually got, let's see, this is a 12-inch Starrett Flex. Here's another one, 12-inch Starrett Flex. This is my, I like the Flex ones. The 6-inch scale is 6-inch Flex Starrett is what I keep in my apron there. And then I got two 12-inch Starrett that are rigids. So those, and then a couple of the Starrett charts. I'm going to give to the guys I'm actually teaching the machine shop class to, the intro class. I'll give them those, and then I got each of them one of the 6-inch flexible scales. So I'm going to give them to those guys this week. It's our last class. They've been great, and I really enjoyed working with them and doing the class with them. So I'm going to give them each one of these Flex 6-inch scales and one of the drill charts. So got that for them. And then this box is a Starrett. Number 196 is the model number. Back plunge dial indicator. So it's the button type, and this is new old stock. I mean, you can tell it's quite old. It's got a little bit of yellowing to the face, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used. I mean, it doesn't look like it's even ever been put in the holder. And it comes with the whole box, right? All the accessories with the V-block clamp and everything else. So I was pretty excited. I've been on the hunt for one of these for a while. I didn't have one. Moment of truth. Let's see how it is. Actually, I already did this at the show. Wasn't going to buy an indicator I hadn't tried. Feels pretty good. I mean, it's not sticky or anything. If anything, you know, it just hasn't been used ever. So it's kind of a little maybe gummy. But all I gotta do is lube that and it's gonna be fine. So I was pretty excited to get that. So this guy was a great guy to work with, and I actually took some video of it, of the guy and his setup. So we had $85 on this set, and then the scales. So it was 4 6-inch. Some of them are used, you know. Some kind of look new old stock. They're not brand new, but they're all serviceable. So it's the 4 6-inch flex scales, the 2 12-inch flex, and the 2 12-inch rigid scales. And I think I gave them, can't remember, I think I gave them $125 for the whole deal. So 8 scales and the back plunge indicator. And I was happy with that, because I was seeing these for $125, $110 and not even as the full kit. And this one looks like it's, like I said, like it's never been used. So I was pretty psyched about that. So those were some more purchases. Let me reposition you and we'll do some of the auction stuff. Alright, now let's get into some of the stuff from the live auction. So this was the live auction on Friday. A couple of things. I didn't get a whole lot. So, you guys see that? Yeah. So first off was this toolbox. And nobody was interested, so I threw a bid out there. You know, $5 bid. Somebody else came back at $7. I said, sure, one more time, $10. So it's an all-metal toolbox. It's got no badges or anything, but it's an all-metal toolbox for $10. I mean, I couldn't pass it up. It's like 22 inches by 10 by about 10. It's nice. You know, it's got no rust on it. All metal. Oh yeah, there's some caliper case in there. No, there's no badge up there. No, real nice. 2 nice drawers. $10. Can't go wrong. So that was the first thing. That was $10 for that metal toolbox. Let's see, I got my cheat sheet back here, my card. Oh yeah. This guy was second. It was pretty cool. You see it. It's a slide rule. It's wood. So it's a slide rule made for, what did they say? Tether cars. So I don't know if you've ever seen, I actually had one of these when I was a kid. It's like a little model car, and you put, you know, an electric engine. In my case, it was actually a gas engine, and it had a propeller. So it was like a little car with a propeller on the back, and you tied a string to the car, and you drove a stake into the ground or into the concrete, and then the car would follow the tether. So I thought this was cool. This is, you know, the slide rule. There you go. Traverse speed computer for tether models, airplanes, race cars, speedboats, and sleds. And, you know, it shows your tether, and you can calculate how fast everything's going in miles per hour using the slide rule. So I thought that was cool. It's got a copyright date of 1946. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't think it'll focus on it. So I just thought that was cool. I'll just throw it in my office up on the wall, and that was $7. Again, nobody's really interested. So I thought that was cool. Got some stock, brass stock. There's a lot of stock, but it was going too high. Kind of crazy high prices. So that's a piece of 360. This looks like 360 as well. This is 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 by 12. And this is 1 inch by 1/4 by almost 8. And then this is a lot darker. I bet this is like a 900 series. 1 1/2 by 3/8 by about 39 inches. So 3 pieces of brass stock, you know, whatever, throw in the bin there. And that was $35. So I bid against another guy. I needed some brass for an upcoming project, and it's still way cheaper than I can get it from our supplier. So that was the next piece. And then the other couple of things I got from the live auction were mostly magazines. Some machinist magazines, hobby machinists, home shop machinists. So I won't even show you that. Let's get to the next day's auction. So this stuff is from the Saturday auction. And the Saturday auction format is a little different. It's a silent auction followed by a live auction. So it's kind of weird. So every item has a tag on it with a bunch of spaces to write your name, and you write your bidder number and your price, and you have to follow the rules. You have to, you know, open at the opening bid that's on the ticket. You have to go up in the increments they tell you to, etc. And then in the middle of the day, they go and cut all the tags. Like you can see, this tag's been cut, and anything that only had one bid, that person won it as long as they followed the rules. Anything with 2 or more bids, as long as they follow the rules, those people then go into a live auction. So literally, you know, if it was me and And Joe Bob or whoever, you know, he and I would have the opportunity to go back and forth based on the highest bid on the card, and we live auction it. And if he doesn't show up and I got the highest bid, then I win it. So it's kind of cool. I've never seen that done before. It went fast, faster than I thought it was going to go. I thought that was going to take forever because there was hundreds of lots there. But they did it in like 2.5 hours, and you know, you could see how they were moving along the tables. So you could, if you knew where everything was laid out, you could check in and out on your stuff. And I only missed one because when I got food, I was hungry. So first thing I got was some taps. Yeah, 3/8/16 taps. They're all brand new. 6 of them for $5. Nobody else bid. The opening bid was 5. I bid 5. Bam. That's fine. I'll go to inventory. That was the first thing. Next thing. So I thought these were pretty cool. Some insert tools, cutting tools. So these are insert tool holders made by Seco, I guess is the company here. And they must have had a machine shop that they were consigning, because there was just tables and tables of huge insert tooling by this company and another company. And these two, you know, at least are somewhere around the size I could use. They're almost even too big for what I could use. They're made in France. Pretty cool. So I like this boy. Let's see, what does it say? Seco Tools, a bunch of numbers. France, maybe one of those is the model number. But look at that bad boy. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 inserts per side. And they're offset from one to another, and then these two guys are actually cutting at face depth, so you can come in and hog off a whole lot of material. Oh, those sides actually have 5, so it's 4, 5, 4, 5. So there's 18 inserts on this thing. Ooh. And it's pretty big. I mean, you can see it in my hand here. So it's probably actually bigger than what I could even really say I should be putting in my mill. But I liked it, and it was cheap. And this guy, they were put together, so you know, if I was going to bid on one, I had to bid on both. And this guy's pretty big too. He's got 3 inserts, and they don't cut on the bottom. They're not bottom cutting. They only cut on the side. There you go. And this one doesn't have inserts with it. I liked it. And the little tool. And those were $35. So, pretty nice. I liked them. Nice tooling. That was the second. I want those numbers. No, there's no numbers on the shank. Okay. Alright, next thing. Some more insert tooling. For that guy. So some more insert tooling. At least I can hold these easily. And you can see this takes 2 inserts. They're not in there. But this will, you know, it's going to end cut and side cut. So this is pretty nice. And then this is a nice little one that's a side cutting end mill. It's got a single insert, single holder. Those are nice. But what I really wanted out of that lot was this guy. A chamfer cutting. insert tool holder. So it holds 2 inserts. Looks like it's 45 degrees. I think it's that same brand. Yep, Seco brand. And that's what I really wanted, because I find myself doing a bunch of chamfering like on the outside of parts, and I have a dedicated tool to it, but it cost a ton of money. I think it was like $50, and even then it was on eBay for $50. So I want to get this guy. I can change the inserts. I can use, you know, whatever inserts I need to use for the job, and go hog wild. So I was really happy to get this. These two just came in the same lot, so you know I have to bid on them. And I got those 3 for $40. So I was happy with that. That's the guy I wanted. A bunch of people wanted that. So it kind of got, you know, it was like 5 people in the live auction, went back and forth for a little bit. So it's kind of high, but considering what I paid for the high-speed steel one on eBay, I'm pretty happy. Alright, what was the next? So this was another one that I ended up winning because nobody else bid on it. So $5 for these, you know, some assorted drills here. 5/16, brand new, a couple of those. Number 26, looks like, yep, that's them. Maybe 12, a dozen of them, and some 14ers. No, that can't be right. Oh, that's the quantity. Okay, they're 3/64. 13 3/64, brand new. Yeah, it's a little small. I don't really need that. Put that in inventory. All these guys, number 26. Put those in inventory. And what were these? 5/16. These are nice, little stubbies. Brand name. Hard to read. Brand new. I think they're 135 degree point. But that's nice. For $5, hey, I'll take them. Alright. Yeah. Blocks. Oh yeah. This was a great buy. Ugh. There you go. Ooh. So some real big blocks. They're not 1, 2, 3 blocks. They're quite a bit bigger. I have a scale over here. See that? They are 4, 2, 6 blocks. So 4, 2, 6, or excuse me, 2, 4, 6 blocks. Ground. They look matched. There's no maker's mark on them, and there's no match mark on them. But I think they match. I'll throw them on the surface plate later with an indicator and check. But they're real nice. No sharp edges or anything like that. They've obviously been hardened. They've been ground after hardening, and they're just in great condition. So I got those for $45. So not a steal, but they're nice. I'll take them. And then last one, yeah. Was a set of collet blocks, rectangular set, and a hexagon set. So these are 5C collet blocks. They take a 5C collet in here, And then on the back, with the collet sticks out, go to use this guide, screw it down, and now you can hold round stock in the vise. You can index stuff really easy, like if you wanted to cut a hex, just throw it in your vise, mill, index, mill, etc. Same with this guy. If you have to make flats on a shaft, or you want to make an old style four-sided bolt head, something like that, these are great. They're all ground. You know, they're made in Taiwan. They're from overseas. They're kind of no name set. Oh, and then, you know, one of these lever type arms too. Oh, it's interstate. Alright, so whatever. Whatever, not the best thing in the world, but it was 20 bucks. So how are you going to beat that? I mean, you can't even buy it out of Enco for 20 bucks. It's probably a $50 set off of Enco, and it looks brand new. I don't think anybody ever used it. So, that was the stuff from the second day auction, the live, or excuse me, the silent/live auction. And that's all the purchases. I was a pretty good boy. You know, I sold more than I bought. Of course, I drove down there 8 hours and I stayed in a hotel, but you know, I didn't come back with a big old machine or a surface grinder or anything, even though I was a little tempted by a couple of things, but nothing really was what I wanted. So, all in all, Cabin Fever Expo was a great trip. If you haven't ever been, you're out here on the East Coast, go check it out. It's in April. I'll go next April. We can meet up. And I'll see you at Cabin Fever Expo 2015 next year. Alright, talk to you guys later.